Welcome back, I'm Tedward, and today, thanks to McGovern, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram in Newton, Massachusetts, we're driving a 2022 Jeep Wagoneer. This is a Series 2 4x4 standard. It comes in rear-wheel drive, which I've got to say, that's actually kind of cool. This is a 4x4. We've got all the modern creature comforts that we need and safety features as well, like adaptive cruise control, lane assist, automatic brake warnings. Jeep just brought back the iconic Wagoneer name for this full-size vehicle, and it's gonna do the job if you need a 3-row monster to haul the family and the stuff. But today we're really gonna focus on how it drives, because essentially on this channel, that's all that matters. We've got the classic Jeep styling with the beautiful grille, everything you'd sort of expect. Before we jump into all the creature comforts inside, let's check out what's under the hood. We've got a 5.7 liter naturally aspirated V8 with a 48 volt mild hybrid system. It's actually set very far back in this platform, so that should help us for weight and balance. It produces 392 horsepower and about 400 pound-feet of torque. It's gonna do the job just fine, and it can tow up to 10,000 pounds. And check this out, we've got the e-torque deal going on here. I don't know a whole lot about this, but it's kind of neat that you can see the mild hybrid system in action up front. This is a 3-row SUV. Seats fold down super easy for access to the rear. That's fantastic if you've got a lot of kids or a lot of friends, or you just got to shuttle people around. Maybe this is a business vehicle for you too. The doors are super long, so actually this makes it very easy to access. And then inside, let's get a little toe tap to avoid the sand and salt. But you know, this is a pretty solid place to hang out, and we've got our climate controls down here. We've got charging ports. We even have a normal AC plug. So, you know, you can just go to town back here. This is a road trip machine if there ever was one. These aren't the most comfortable captain's chairs in the world. They're very simple because they have to be practical to fold down and all the things, but it's not bad, and you'd be just fine, and you can recline them as well. And actually, actually, you can recline that quite far. Okay, I take that back. This is awesome. We just had a big snowstorm here last night, so you'll love to see a bag of salt in the trunk just in case. They've got me covered. It's a good time. But this is the deal. If you're going to have a 3-row SUV, you definitely sacrifice some room back here, but there's still plenty for normal shopping and the things. But if you had to bring all the kids, all the stuff, all the luggage, you know, that's when you go ahead and get yourself a roof rack. We're on 20-inch wheels with 275/55 section tires all around, but don't be fooled by the 20s. There's still plenty of sidewall on this, which is actually something I'm very thankful for today because there are a lot of potholes. This is exactly what I want to be driving in New England winter weather because I don't want to get stranded or stuck, and I don't want a flat tire. You can tell she means business because she's got 6 lugs, but I'm very cold, so let's jump in, take it for a drive, and see how it is. Up front, loads of storage space for your phones. We have got wireless charging down here. Everything's out of the way. You've got a cavernous center compartment, which is wonderful because, you know, people who live in their cars take all their stuff. There's just stuff everywhere, and it's nice to have big door pockets and cup holders in places for the things so they're not sliding around. Push to start. Nice digital display, classic New England style. If you live in New England, you are going to get very familiar with a low windshield washer warning. That's just a thing that happens to us here. HVAC system has nice buttons here, dual climate control, so I can change what I want for me and my passenger. And then over here, I've got my heated seats, and more importantly, oh yes, the proper luxury of a heated steering wheel. That's wonderful. And this steering wheel is really cool because it's just a 2-spoke. I guess that's a thing. I don't know if that's what you'd call it, but I love having a highway cruiser where you can just kind of underhand it. And yeah, this is good. Nice leather wrapped. FCA has been, or Stellantis, I should say, has done a really good job of making touch points great in these cars. So into drive. That's actually a pretty satisfying click. Good on them for the tactility. This is a really powerful heated seat. We're going to turn this down. We're going to pop it into sport mode. And let's see how she gets off the line. Just gonna roll into it. Plenty quick enough for the family hauler, and I love the soundtrack because this 5.7 liter naturally aspirated V8 makes the right noises. Behind the steering wheel, in Jeep fashion, there's no paddle shifters. You've got these little buttons for the radio controls and things like that, but you do have access to control your gear right here. This is your plus minus, so that way you can adjust what gear you'd like to be in, probably more for the sense of descending a steep mountain road and not wanting to roast your brakes than like actual sports shifting, but you have access to all 8 gears. Now this is where I really want to see it shine, which is over some gross bumpy roads that I would not want to be taking a sports car down. And it does a pretty good job. You know, I do feel everything in the cabin, but it's absorbed plenty well. I'm not hearing any crazy dash rattles or things that would indicate to me that it's screwed together with wood screws. It's not encouraging me to really hammer on it, so I'm not going to. But it does handle well. It feels a bit top heavy. But, you know, by looking at it, what else would you expect? This is what it's going to do. But it doesn't feel floaty. It doesn't feel like I have anything other than precision in my hands, which is good, you know, under reasonable circumstances. You know, you're not going to go out and take this to a track, but that would be actually quite a lot of fun. Braking. All right. Brakes. Functional. They do their job. I like the pedal pressure. I would like a little more bite. I do feel like even with 392 horsepower, it might be just a little under braked, but not in a dangerous, scary way, just in the way that you should be aware that you're driving a fairly large SUV. I kind of dig all the squat and dive. It's fun to play with. When we did our acceleration, you see the nose come up, you get into the brakes, nose goes down, but it just lets you know that it's a little luxurious, you know, it's not a sports car. Feels like it's ready to tackle everything. That's kind of what I dig about it. There's definitely a sense of security. I mean, it's like 20 degrees outside. It's pretty cold, but I've got a heated steering wheel, heated seats. I feel insulated from the crummy world outside, although it is somewhat beautiful. See how she handles. While it is soft, there's good body control, so I don't feel like it's alarming to chuck it into a corner. But again, this is not something you would probably be doing in this vehicle. I can feel the steering wheel buzzing on me because of the lane keep assist, but it's not grabbing the wheel away from me or making me feel scared. That's always good. I don't like an invasive lane keep assist. Oddly enough, the lane keep assist actually feels somewhat premium, like the force feedback in the steering wheel is nice. I've felt steering wheels like in the DBX when that one has the lane keep assist trigger at you. And in Aston Martin, it feels like a tin can rattling. It's kind of crummy, so it's good to see that FCA has done a good job. There's a fellow Wagoneer ahead. Hello. She gave me the look. Do they do Jeep waves in these? Do we still do that in a Wagoneer? I'll admit that it takes me a small amount of effort to adjust to a normal car, not a sports-oriented vehicle. But what I'm finding really refreshing, even though this isn't, Australian Shepherd, great. Even though this isn't an SRT Durango or anything like that, it still has the character of a good handling vehicle with the luxury of a normal person's car, a car that like normal people want to drive, normal people want to live with. And I feel really comfortable driving around these back roads at normal speeds because that is actually its normal position. It doesn't want to be thrashed. It just wants to cruise along. It's very comfortable. The steering is lovely, and we can enjoy the cool winter scenery while we do it. Monster potholes, not an issue. I'm good to go. It's fascinating that we're able to make such a large vehicle so approachable. I really enjoy driving like large cars, but large cars from when I was growing up felt really big, felt like genuinely frightening, honestly. A little bit of slip from that inside rear, sorting me out, not in the fastest way possible, but it's doing its job. Remember, not a sports car, Tom, not a sports car. Back in the 90s, when you'd see all the soccer moms driving Suburbans, it was really like giving them a school bus. Those things did not handle very well, and they were just monsters, and for everyone around them, probably fairly unsafe. What I like is that SUVs today, despite the fact that I would always choose the station wagon if I had the option, SUVs today, they handle really well and they're really approachable. What I don't want to do is I don't want to see them so approachable that people feel comfortable just like texting and driving with them, because there's still a lot of mass and you've got responsibility for it. Let's see it at highway speeds. Smooth, not crazy fast shifts from this 8-speed, but luxurious, and that's what you want. Definitely digging the sound. She'll cruise happily at 80. This is very comfortable. You kind of just want to one-hand it down here. Dig these mirrors, especially with the fisheye over here. Makes it very easy to know that I'm not gonna get into trouble. We've got a aggressive Audi TT looking for a flat tire on a pothole. 993 TT. I feel like you used to have a much better car, maybe in the Porsche family. What a downgrade from a 993 Turbo. Sorry, dude. All right, I gotta go bring this back to the boys at McGovern Jeep in Newton, Massachusetts. This is their demo. And I gotta say, I'm pleasantly surprised by the Wagoneer. I think it's pretty well-rounded. Nothing stands out to me as particularly phenomenal. It doesn't have like outrageous power or handling or brakes, but it kind of all comes together in a really nice package that I would be comfortable driving every day. I think they figured out the level of luxury this needed to have in the ride quality. I mean, Grand Cherokees sell like hotcakes, and it's because they're a nice place to be. It's a great car to drive. It makes you feel premium. It makes you feel tough. It makes you feel like you can go anywhere and do anything. This definitely does the same thing, and you got 3 rows. So that's the deal. Thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you're in the market for a big 3-row SUV, don't overlook the Wagoneer. Go give it a shot, see what you think. This might be the one for you. Don't forget to respect the drive, and I'll see you in the next one. 80 miles an hour, chugging along at about 1,800 RPM.